Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. As I was telling you, the way that I speak, it is the way that I speak. It is how I talk. I have to be who I am and be who I am in God. And that's who you have to be too. I had somebody try to change me up, try to fix me up and want to do this and make me look this way and look that way and try to even change the way I act, the way I look, change me all up, and I allowed it because, excuse me, I get excited about God, honey, but I allowed it because I thought that I'm supposed to be trying to be, pleasing. I'm trying to live the Christian life and be the Christian wife, be the good, dutiful Christian wife, praying as he asked me to, praying that he change. He said, keep praying that I change, keep praying to God, keep praying that I come up out of this. I want to change. I don't want to chase women. I want to do things different. So I get back over in my lane and start praying. And start praying to God. Next thing you know, God done pushed him on out the way because God showed me that love drives out hate. He wasn't there for me. He was there to try to destroy me. But God said love drives out hate. And God went ahead and drove the evil on up out the way. I gotta close this window. So excuse me. I told you I gotta keep real, honey. I gotta talk to you like you one of my relatives, because I love you like that, and I'm sure you appreciate that, me keeping it real. I'm telling you, I really could, if I wanted to, go sit behind some great big desk conglomerate and just be, all about the business. Have this big fancy studio, all this other different things set up. It ain't nothing to do. Whatever I speak is going to be. I can have whatever I want to have. But what I want to have is the way is to speak to the people and get the message through to let them know that God is the way. There is a better way in God than what you've been doing, beating your head up against the wall. So look here, I got to make it do what it do. I got to be where I need to be. And where I need to be, sometimes the Spirit moved me. And I got to go with the Spirit at that time, right then and there, because we got to get it out. We got a message to get out. I can sit here and meditate and think on the Lord and think what God want me to say. What God want me to say is to tell you the message of love. Sow the seeds of love and you will reap the harvest of love. What you sow, therefore you shall reap. So if you out there sowing evil, guess what? Evil gonna come right back up on you, because see, while you out thinking you destroying somebody, you really out destroying yourself. While you point one finger, it's three of them point right back at you. So you need to look at you. Start with the one in the mirror, because see, that's what I had to do. I had to grow up in God. I really did. I had to grow, honey. I had to grow over the oppression, because, see, I can still be down there and a part of the oppression. I can still be down there wallowing and fighting and calling the police and acting a fool and doing different things with him. Because he asked me to. He asked me to turn away from God and come on back this way, where we was. We don't need all this God stuff no more. We don't need all this happiness and joy and peace. We was doing fine, just doing evil. Well, you was doing fine. I ain't gonna shut up. I'm gonna preach the word, honey. I don't care what you and Paul said. You and Paul can go ahead on. I know what God told me to do. God said, grow up and go and tell them to grow. Go and tell them how to reach their greatness in God, how to rise and be great. How to rise up like great mountains that we are. Slough off all this old stuff. Get out the spiritual warfare, okie doke, jump in, jump out games, double dutch we been in. Get up out that foolishness. Dodge the ball. We played that one too. You get hit by that ball, honey, that's a hard hit. But you better dodge that spiritual warfare ball, because it's coming right at you. And it's going to turn into you. I'm telling you, it's going to knock you down. Might even knock you out. Might even knock you to the point where you ain't going to wake up. So I'm telling you, get out the game. That ain't the game you want to be in. You don't want to be in the spiritual warfare games. You don't want to be over there playing that okie doke, jump in, put your left foot in and your right hand in and shake it all about and doing the spiritual warfare. You better get up out of that, honey. get spiritual warfare games, because the spiritual warfare games will take you up out of here. You ducking and dodging and doing different things, thinking you ain't crossing your I's and dotting your T's. I know all about that foolishness, honey. I've been there, done that, know all about all of that. But I can tell you what, it's a great big setup, honey. They got a word going around here that you don't want to be caught up in, and it's called conspiracy. So you want to stay away from that, because I'm telling you something, just being around certain people will get you caught up. They figure birds of a feather flock together. You don't catch them all up, ask questions later. You see what happened to the 4 young men out there in New York. You see what happened to them? How their lives was tore up and devastated. 4 or 5 of them, I believe. 4 of them, I believe. I'm telling you, I break free from the oppression. I can't have the oppression weighing me down, honey. I can't. I know of it. We have to do something about it. We can wallow in it. We can cry about it. We talk about how Donald Trump shouldn't have said this and shouldn't have said that. And of course he shouldn't have. Those boys were innocent. They didn't do anything. And their whole lives are affected. Can you imagine? Their whole lives. But thank God, it wind up turn around to be a beautiful thing, in the way that it kind of sheds some light on what's done in injustice, how injustice is done. The sad part about injustice is that people's lives got to be sacrificed for the injustice. It's people's lives. It's people who sacrifice, people who die, just to shed some type of light on injustice. You have to have a sacrifice in order to see that injustice is going on. That's what it come to. It really does. Cause see, we all knew, about different things that go on, but when it comes to shedding light and showing evidence and showing proof, and even when you show proof, they say, well, no, that ain't how it went. That ain't how the story went. But look, this is what the video say. Our eyes ain't fooling us. We see what's going on right here on the video. So you mean tell me that this make believe? That's what Trump said. What your eye, you don't see what you see. Just hear what I say. No, it don't work like that. See, because then that's the blind leading the blind, and you all gonna fall in the ditch. You don't want to fall in that ditch, honey. You want to look. What I'm telling you, look. Look to God. Look to the high calling of God, honey. Look to God. Don't look over there. Don't look and focus on the evil. Because see what's happening is when you focus on the evil, and the evil say you don't believe, seeing is not believing. You don't believe, you don't see what you think you see. This ain't what's going on. Come on. And then you going on, and there you go. You going on in the spiritual warfare, honey, and you done got caught up in some mess. And see, that's how you got caught up, wind up crawling up in that Capitol building. You didn't believe what you saw. You didn't believe that the election, he really lost the election. You didn't believe it. Seeing is believe. You believe it now because you got some federal charges. You sitting up in there now. You ain't hollering and screaming in there now. Now you crying and want to come out. Now you need some organic food. Huh? You eat organic food. Now you wasn't hollering about organic food while you was crawling on the walls. You didn't want your mama then. Okay. So, I'm just saying it's injustice, honey. And so that's what we trying to move to. We trying to move to genuine equality and righteousness for everybody, everything. Even the animals. Even the animals aren't done right. Even the animals suffering injustice. They suffering injustice over there in Togo. The animal's skin is burnt off. I'm telling you horrible things that's going on right now. We got it easy, honey. It's corruptness. And I aim to try to drive it out. I'm going to drive the hate and evil out. I aim towards some sense of world peace. I really, truly do. And it was told to me from one of the Arquette sisters, and I appreciate that. As I told you, I have spoken to a couple celebrities, and she said from my lips to God's ears. And that's exactly what happened. As I spoke out, here we are growing. As I spoke it out in a haunted house, as it was given to me, grow. What it stand for? Greatness reached over oppression through with. That's what it stand for. Reaching over this oppression, rising up over it, growing up over. See, this was God's plan all along. God is the man with the master plan, and he done put the plan in motion. So here we grow. We growing. Love is an action word. It's not just a noun. Love is an action word, so get to acting. get the growing, get the rising, get the sowing. Sow the seeds of love and reap the harvest of love. That's what you gonna grab back. That's what you gonna get back once you sow them seeds of love, honey. I'm telling you, you gonna have a great big harvest of love. You gonna have a great big garden, great big beautiful garden. I don't talk like that, but I'm just saying, you'll have a great big beautiful garden. You really truly will. It's time. So it's time to begin to come together as a people. We done had enough hate. We done had enough evil. We tired of evil. We tired of hate. We want to be able to do things. We want to be able to go back to the movie theater. We want to be able to do things with our family. We want to be able to come together in love, different skin, one love, and that is God. God is love. God commands us to love. God commands us from the time we were born when the Spirit went in. God said, I knew you then. So there you grow. It's time to start loving one another. Stop being against your brother, against your sister. Forgive. Get past it. Move past it. Grow past it. Grow over it. Rise from it. Forgive. Even if you don't fool with folks, I'm telling you something, I know what it means to stay in your lane, leave folks alone. That's exactly what I do, honey. Because, see, I don't want to get caught back up in the spiritual warfare. So, therefore, I stay in my lane where I'm at. And I pray for you, honey. I love you. I send some thoughts and prayers your way. I send that your way. But, see, I ain't finna get caught back up in what you trying to do. Because, see, there I go. By the grace of God, God got me on a purpose. God got me on a journey. I'm going to stay on this journey. This journey ain't me and the pastor. This journey is me and God, honey. This journey ain't about my pocketbook. This journey is me and God. And God has showed me that as I sow, to pray it forward. Do things. Do for those who ain't God. Help out. Begin to use your heart. The heart is designed for your actions. That's why I'm on this podcast every day, because my heart, honey, I love you. I genuinely, truly do. I truly love you. Couldn't love you no more if you really was my blood too. I really do love you. Love you like that. Got that Dr. King love for you, honey. Really, truly do. Got that Dr. King love for you. I really do. And here we grow. We gonna keep on growing and rising in God. Tell your people to grow. Tell them it's time to grow. It's time for a better way in God. It's time to rise up as a people, as a world. We all different. They different. Through growth, we gonna turn the proud boys into men of God. We gonna turn the proud boys into men of God. I said it, I spoken it, it's gonna be, honey. I'm gonna bust that proud bubble. We gonna turn them into men of God. That's what we get ready to do as we go forth in righteousness and genuine equality for everybody, honey. I don't know what these people think, but Africans have touched too many lives. We can't be divided. How you gonna live divided? We just done touched too many lives, too many places. You can't divide a race of people into, you can't do that. We have to all live here together in peace and harmony. Love, peace, and soul each and every day. Rise up with it, go to bed with it. And then throughout the day, think about growing. Think about greatness reached over our pressure through wisdom and a better way in God. Tell your people and rising up in God. We gonna rise, kings and queens, because God is in the game. And as long as God is in the game, we all gonna win. Hold on to the ball. That's God. Hold on to the ball as you running up and down the court. Because I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard pounding up and down the court. It's hard being in the battle for God. But I'm telling you something. It's glory at the end, honey. It's glory at the end. Hallelujah. When the breakthrough come, when God pass on the breakthrough, there you go, my daughter. There you go, my son. There go the breakthrough. God done gave it to you, and you can jump and shout and give God the praise. You can get up and jump and shout and give God the praise, because God got the breakthrough on the way to you. Just as I have found all my life. God has answered my prayers all my life because I have lived a righteous life. But I'm going to tell you something. I done slipped up. Yeah, I done did certain stuff. I done fell for the setup. I done fell for the okie doke. I done been there, done that. Been locked up, locked down. Lost everything. Ain't had nothing. Ain't had nobody around. But God, you hear me? But God, I never lost God. God never lost me. I held on to that ball. I still dribbled on that court. I still ran in the game for God. You hear me? As I lost everything. I lost a whole lot. But God, that's one thing I never lost, honey. Even as I lost relative, I still held on to the ball. I held on to God. I still dribbled the ball up and down the court, running it for God. Even as I seen them fall, even as I seen them go, honey, I held on for the Lord, honey. I held on. You hear me? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, honey, we got to hold on to God. We have to be trying to come in here, but we got to hold on to God, honey. I'm telling you, I love you. I truly do. I love you like that, and I got to tell you like that. I'm sure you appreciate me keeping it real, because I'm going to keep it 100. Always keep it real, keep it 100, because I love you like that, honey. I love you like you my own, because you are my own. We got the same Father, and that is God. I love you. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. And we gonna do this, people, all over the world. We gonna grow in God. We gonna rise in God. Rise to your greatness, kings and queens, all over the world. You are greatness. You are royalty. Your majesty. You are royalty. You might as well have a crown. You know, you might as well have a crown, at least to have to look at. If nothing else, to look at and have and know that you are of God, created in his own image, in God's own image. So in that, look to the hills, whence cometh your help. Look to the hills, honey. Look to the sky. Don't run to the TV. Don't run to see what's breaking next. You know, don't run to see that. Run to God. Because, see, God gonna fix all. See, because I'm not gonna dwell on the oppression, because I know evil is working tirelessly, hour after hour. But my God, you hear me, is all power. So I don't worry about the evil. I don't focus on the evil. I focus on God. I look to the hills like I'm looking now. I look to the hills which cometh my help. I look to the Lord, and God give me the words to say. God give me a peaceful sleep at night. I can sleep at night and not worry about the evil, honey. I know it's evil going on right now. I know it's child abuse going on. I know it's murder going on. I know it's mother against mother, daughter against daughter, father against father, and all this other foolishness. I know it's a spiritual warfare that's rising up in people. But I'm going to tell you something else that's also rising up in people, and it's rising up all around the world, and that is grow. Because it's a movement that is beyond me, honey. It's beyond me. It is of God. You know, it is God's plan. And God is the man with the master plan, and now it's time to take a stand. It's time to rise, kings and queens. It's time to rise up in God. You hear me? I ain't getting my story off of the TV. I'm getting my news from God. This is what God is telling me. And what God is telling me, I'm bringing it straight to you for your breakthrough. It's coming straight from above. It ain't coming from the boob tube. It ain't coming from the telephone. It's coming from the main line, and the main line is the hills, honey. The hills come to me, I'm telling you, because I look to God. That's why I look to get my news and what's breaking, the breaking weather, everything. I trust in God. I don't just trust God with the money, honey. I trust God with my life. I trust God with everything in my life. I used to didn't. I had God there, yes, but I was doing me, honey. I was off doing me. But it ain't time to do you no more. We got to get out this spiritual warfare. We got to get out of these games and get away from this foolishness, because as long as you're in these games, you ain't going to never gain. You know, you're going to lose. You know, so now choose God. Now it's time to choose. You know, go right or get right or get left. You know, it's time to work on God. You know, do your work for the Lord. It's time to be a God servant. It's time to work for God. You know, I'm talking to you. You don't start praying it forward in your own family. You don't start showing love. Start sowing love. Sowing love, and watch that harvest that you reap is going to come back on you, honey. A great big harvest of love. I'm telling you, a great big old harvest. One, a big, bountiful, beautiful harvest that's going to come back for you. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Let's rise. Let's all begin to rise, help one another rise, because when we do that, we all rise. I love you, kings and queens.